All right, this is an interesting little book. Heinz Magic Story. Now, Heinz is a root beer. So this is Heinz Root Beer Magic Story booklet. And this is from 1934. Can you imagine? 1934. Guess if you bought enough root beer, you could have a little booklet, a magic booklet to top it off. Let's see, I gotta get down to the bottom here. Now look at this. This is the Heinz Magic Story. Ooh. Find the magic by rubbing with a coin, spool, or pencil. Alright, here we have the Indians. A great tribe of Indians were having a party in honor of a wonderful drink that they all like because it had such a delicious, refreshing flavor. Little White Birch was guest of honor because she discovered that birch bark tasted good. Wow. And you scrape it, and that's what you had. Heinz Birch Beer. Ooh, bet you didn't know that. Alright. White Birch Scar Mama pounded the bark into a pot and made a drink that all the Indians liked, and from that day, white birch was a favorite. When news came that a great ship was offshore, she was allowed to go along with the braves to see it. Just like the Indian mother today are making Heinz Birch Beer, and children and daddies are enjoying it. Oh, look at that. That's what you scraped off to get. Okay. On the ship was a bright little English boy called Ginger. Because he had found some ginger root, which the English people use to flavor their drinks, he and his daddy sailed with Sir Walter Raleigh to settle in the new land across the sea. And we had Heinz Ginger Beer. Aha! Okay. I can get to the next page here. Oh, here we go. The Indians and settlers were suspicious of each other, but Little White Birch and Ginger ran ahead and at once became friends, and the friendship lasted all the rest of their lives. Find the magic. People of today enjoy delicious and energy-building drinks, free from harmful ingredients, and also realize how economic Heinz RJ root beer is. And you have that picture here. Friends of Heinz extracts are lifelong friends. One glass will convince you of what really wonderful drinks these extracts make. Okay. And now we want you to meet Rudy, a healthy, happy boy of today who is playing baseball in the city of brotherly love. Founded by William Penn, where White Birch and Ginger used to play together. Two great seals. Ah, look at that. One of them is your guarantee of real root juice extract. The other shows that Heinz RJ root beer has been accepted by a great health predicting body, the Committee on Food of the American Medical Association. After the game, Rudy always brought the gang around. Whoops, let me show you the picture. Around to the house for a drink of Heinz R.J. root beer. And oh boy, was it good. Rudy's mother always had a supply of Heinz R.J. root beer in the icebox. And you have. Whoa. I think there's still one more page before the end. Yep, there it is. All right. There you go. They're at the doctor's. Rudy could hit and throw the ball farther than any of the other boys. And at school, he won the prize for being the healthiest boy because his mother gave him the purest food and drinks. Ha. The extract juice of nature's most prized herb, root bark, and berries make 8 Heinz R.J. root beer, ginger beer, birch beer, delicious, refreshing. Here are a few of them. Oh my goodness, and it's got all of that. Some of the stuff that's in there. Okay. Rudy always wanted to help Mother make Heinz drink, but she says it is so easy she doesn't need any help. He never could understand how so many bottles could be made from one package. 40 bottles from a 30-cent package. Wow. Don't forget that package of Heinz R.J. root beer extract, Mother, says Rudy when she calls up to see how her little boy is getting on at home. You know, I promised the kids a treat, and there is nothing they would rather have at a party than Heinz root beer. A message from Rudy. And say, kids, Buck Smith sure knew what he was talking about. Mother brought home the Heinz root beer extract, and we sure had a swell party. We also found out that half a teaspoon of Heinz extract with some sugar and a glass of milk makes a great drink. I'll drink all the milk she gives me made this way. It is just as good in hot milk too. Try Heinz R.J. root beer extract in your milk and see if you don't know what I'm talking about. R.J. is guaranteed a real root juice extract. Rudy. Okay. Now when I was a kid, I'm 62, I used to turn around and buy it and make my own root beer, because every Saturday night we had popcorn while we watched Hee Haw. And I had my own root beer. Go with my popcorn. I hope you've enjoyed this story and mine. Alright, be sure to share it with others. It is magical. Alright, bye-bye. Alright, here we are, the feed guide. Dairy cattle, poultry, horses, and swine. Great, good old feed guide book. How do you like that one, huh? Alright, now if you notice here, it was copyrighted in 1937 by W.D. Hoards and Son Corporation. It was reprinted and reprinted, and the last printing is 1948. Which must be this book, 1948. Alright, here you have, Down on the Farm. Okay. Looking inside of Bossy, hard workers. Bacteria play a part. All right. It's quite the big book here. Small intestines. Chapter 2 is From Feed to Milk, the Great Channel System. Okay. Mammary glands, a highly specialized job. Ooh. Okay. Why a balanced feed? Alright, so this tells you all about the balanced feed. And look at this. Look how they done this. Pretty cool, huh? Took them all apart and made them look like machinery. Kind of cool, really. Alright. Let's keep it going. Okay, production, balanced nutrients, fitting the feed. Oh, they give you so much information in the books. Really cool. Okay, chapter 4, roughage, plenty importance for hostings. Ah, look at that. I'm going to tell you how much milk and everything they give. How much silage, how much corn, how much bone meal, how much alfalfa hay, so according to how much milk the cow produces. How many pounds? They said there's a method to everything, you know. Got to get your money's worth. Alfalfa hay and beet pulp. Ah, great. Alfalfa hay and corn. Alfalfa hay and timothy, alfalfa hay and molasses, substitute for alfalfa hay, alfalfa grain and mill feeds, alfalfa hay, silage or roots and grain, feeding forage crops, timothy and corn, silage or roots. Wow, has a lot. Clover hay, corn, silage and grain, clover hay and silage or roots. Look at that. Wow. They break it all down, making it simple for the farmer. There you go. Oh, look at this. Good pasture, office hours, May 1st to November 1st. If we can get this fellow to join us, I'm sure we'll handle this situation okay. There can be no doubt about that. There's the silage, the protein, and carbohydrates. Wow, there. Now that's a nice comment. Good combination. It's nice to have a little bit of comment. Lighten it up a little bit. Feeding cows on pasture. Okay, look at that. They even have feeding cow on pasture. They even have your time frame. Supplementary crops. Grazing. And that. Oh, and there we have some cows up there. Sweet clover. Vitamin D. Ah. What grain mixtures? Oh, how to mix it all up and everything too. Great. Preventing bloat. Oh. Pasture facts. Minerals are important. Fit the hard to feed available. Feed enough for 25 cows, producing an average of 3,150 pounds of milk. Or 20 cows, okay. For how much? $675. Oh, a profit of $625. Okay, this copyright of this little advertisement is 1934. Look at that. Can you imagine that? They even have a copyright of the commercial. Advertisement. Okay, Dairyman's Guide. There you go. Testing. Relations of expense to profit in milk production. There you go. Alright, get up there. The cow is your market. Every farm is a problem unto itself. Really? Alright, that must belong to something. Or maybe that's his bookmark. Crops to grow. Okay, that's important too on a farm. Okay, exchanging farm for milk feed. Exchanging farm for milk feed. Okay, your corn, your costs, the oats. Well, there you go. Grow enough for the next farmer and do an exchange. That's how a lot of things were done back then anyhow. Buying protein feed. One farmer would grow one. Another farmer would grow something else. And we all trade, so we have everything we need. Everyone was in it together as friends. Amount of seeds. Sweet soil. Successful alfalfa raising. Sweet soil, amount of seeds, nurse the crop, making hay. Alright. Yes, used to pitchfork it. I did not have that to bring the hay up either when we were kids. Used to put it on the wagon, put it in the barn. The kids' job, of course there were plenty of kids on the farm. Kids' job was to jump in the hay to tap it all down, make more room, make sure we had enough hay for the winter. That's how it was. Chapter 8, the more common feeds. We did that. My little sister was allergic to the hay, so that was a little hard for her. As soon as we learned that, she had to stop that process. But that's alright. It was fun. Get up there on the beams of the barn and jump down into the hay. At the beginning, you kind of get lost. Molasses yield feed. Navy beans, oats, oat feed, peanut cakes, peanut feed, potatoes, linseed meal, malts, sprouts, clovers, all kinds of good stuff. Okay, red tops, roots, rye, soybean, sweet clover, velvet beans. Okay, chapter 9, emergency forage. Oh, emergency. Soybean was considered for emergency? Huh. Okay. The grass, millet, fodder corn, cowpeas. Okay. Okay, chapter 10, feeding pointers. Okay, the water, how cows should be fed, mineral for cows, turning to pasture, laxative feed, bulk, iodine, laxative feed, Okay, grinding the feed. Look at that. See some of those in the museums now, don't you? Oh yeah, look how that all went up to the barn. Right up there. Alright. Corn for the silo. Right up here. Feeding the dry cows. Good roughage. Look at that. Even feeding dry cows. Rest period. Drying off bossy. At calving time. A lot of information in these books, huh? Chapter 12, feeding the dairy heifers. Start right, whole milk feeding. Oh, look at them. They're all right there. Eating grain. Skim milk feeding. Weigh or measure each feeding of milk. Wow. Growing without skim milk. Extra vitamins. Foam harmless. Whey for calves. Chapter 13, feeding the dairy heifers. There you go, all outside. Do not underfeed. Chapter 4, feeding the heifers. Sears. Exercise pen. Give him good hay. There you go. Nice to look at the old pictures, huh? How things used to be, too. Huh. Kind of go around like that for the milk milers. Alright, bull exercise yard. Oh my goodness. Okay, then we get into chick feeding facts. Different countries. I mean, different states, different. Because you got California, Wisconsin. Oh, look at them. The cute little things. They're always so cute anyhow. Alright, soybean, wheat bran, milk alone, mash mixture, commercial chick feeds, all the different states, different amounts. It pays to hatch early. Well, look at that. So they're going to tell you everything all about it. Pays to hatch early. Okay. Feeding the layers. Look at that. A whole calendar of 1931. Alright, here we have another nice, good old vintage book. And this is, well, it was dedicated in 1921. That was the dedication, and I'll show you that in the back page, of Clara Barton. Angel of the Battlefield by Elizabeth Robbins Berry. Look at that. Nice portrait. It's a simple little home. Look at that. North Oxford, Massachusetts, the birthplace of Clara Barton. Okay, The Angel of the Battlefield by one who knew her. She was born December 25th, 1821. Wow, 1821 is when she was born. They waited 100 years before making the book. Wow. Her family, her father and mother, her brother and sisters. It gives you a little bit of everything. A nurse at 11. Can you imagine that? Being a nurse at 11 years old. Self-conscious. A factory worker. A teacher. Wow. Let's see. In New Jersey. Let's see. Public school. Government clerk. Beginning of the Civil War. Look at that. Oh, beginning of the Civil War. Her father's death. Clara, when she was a nurse, goes to the front. Look at that. Wow. That was in 1862. So she was 41 when she went there. Okay. And we talk a little bit about the battle. And then her charge of the wagon train. Her ability to cut red tape. Breaking a deadlock. Assist, discourage surgeons. Wow. Almost a Miracle, Gratitude of the Soldier, A New Field of Service, Assume the Initiative, Seeking Staten at Andersonville, Locate 20,000 Missing Men. Wow. Whoa. She was something, wasn't she? In a lecture field, No Defeat, but a Stepping Stone. Visits the Grand Duchess of Baden. The Red Cross. A Store Horse at Bays. Wow. Again at the front. Soldier of the United States. Miss Barton, Resourcefulness. Claire Barton, a Prisoner. Wow, she's even a prisoner. Look at that. In this book, as you can see, this is the center put together by some staples, because that's how things were done in the old days. A Lifelong Friendship. The Fails of Strasbourg. Established a business cooperative of the Grand Duchess. Enters Paris. Receive decoration. Returns to the United States. Begins in the beginning of the American Red Cross. Oh, wow. Recognized and incorporated. Acceptance of the treaty. 23 years of work. Miss Barton's methods. A delegate to Geneva Convention. An appeal from Russia. Miss Barton goes to Turkey. The war with Spain. The Galveston flood. Visits Russia. Resigns from the Red Cross. Claire Barton and Individualis. Wow. The Red Cross and the World Wars. The Nation's First Aid Association of America. A Life of Emulant. The Angel of the Battlefield. Wow. Love for Home Places. Her Personality. Service and Humanity. And then a brief summary of the developments. Okay, and as you can see, date of purchase, March 1921. Date of dedication, October 12th, 1991. All right. What an interesting book to have. All right. I hope you've enjoyed my bringing this to you. Be sure to sub me. Join me as a friend as I bring you some more. These were auction finds. All right. Interesting old booklets. Bye-bye now. All right, here we are with a 1932 new edition, How to Treat the Common Ailments of Farm Animals. Now this is back in 1932. Look at that. Howard's Dairyman. All right, look at that. All kinds of good stuff here. Let's see how old this really is. All right. Got a lot there to show you. If you notice right there, 1932. By W.D. Hoards and Son Corporate. All right. Here we have some nice pictures of cows just calved out. Great. Diseases of cattle, treating farm animals. Pink eye. Winter. Alright, diseases of cow. How cow that dead with Jones disease. Oh, John's disease. Oh, look at that. All kinds of stuff in here. Blackleg. Tuberculosis. Red water. Udder diseases. If you don't milk them correctly. Ascites. That will happen. Milk fever. For sucking cows. Holding up of milk. Alright. Digestive diseases. Tapping for bloat. Loss of appetite. Sore mouth. Infectious white sores. Oh, and here we have a nice picture of all the cows. All their joints. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Oh, some more. There you go, showing you the complete inside of a cow. Alright. That's very useful. Look at that one. Alright. And diseases of cattle, vomiting, poisoning, sweet clover poisoning. Wow, you can actually get poisoned by sweet clover. God, and they eat in the field just so nicely. Generative diseases. Oh, use of bull. Okay, we know what that's for. Okay, retention of the afterbirth. Oops. All kinds of treatments. Look at that. This is how the calf's going to come out. Alright. Checking them all out. Dehorning. Oh, God, that stinks. I used to work on a farm. I was a farm technician. I used to breed the cows, as short as I am. Stood on a bale of hay and bred the cows. Got some good pictures of that. I enjoyed it. My outcomes were good. Ringworm, lugworm. I could split a straw and get them both pregnant. That's how good. Paralysis. Big knee. Oh, it's got a lot here. There you go. Age of the cattle by their teeth. It's good to check that out before you buy one. Alright, here's some more. What other things you need to check out before you buy? Alright, here we got pig. Diseases of the swine. Okay, tuberculosis of swine. Oh my goodness, look at that. Sore mouth and bullnose. Infectious abortions of the swine. Alright, so we're getting into all of them. And there we got the little one, the little piglets. Poultry. Now we get into the chickens. Blackheads of turkeys. Ooh. Poultry diseases. Chicken pox. I didn't know that. They could have that. All kinds of stuff. Lyme and mites. Ricket and leg weakness. Diseases of sheeps. Now we'll get into the sheeps. There you go. Foot rot in the little lambs. Lip and leg. Scab of sheeps. Oh. All kinds of good stuff, huh? Worms of sheeps. Tumors. Oh, then we get into horses. Diseases of horses. Stompage of the bowels. Okay, diarrhea. Colic. Contagious diseases. Lockjaws. Contagious diseases. Ooh. I don't want a farm animal that was contagious diseases. Influenza. Sprains. Okay, ring bone, side bone. Harness sores and tumors. Punctured hoofs. Pneumonia. Sunstroke and heat exhaustion. Well, they have it too, just like people do. Alright, so they took care of the horses too. Ah. Broken wings. We're into the birds now. Broken wings. Worms in horses. Diarrhea. Diseases of dogs. There you go. Mange. Constipation. Rickets. Coughs and colds. Oh, earcracker. Worms. Rabbits. Rabies of dogs. Huh. And all kinds of poisoning. Alright. Folks, tell us about our... Alright. And this is it. What a nice book. The dairy farmer who does not read his business paper is fighting a tough uphill battle. Alright, and if you look, this book was put together by Staples. 3 old-time Staples, and then it's got the hole punch for hanging for convenience in the barn. Alright. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing you this. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more. This was an auction find. Wow, good old auction find, huh? 1932. Great job. Bye-bye.